we're looking at the Lorenz curve here. The Lorenz curve, oftentimes this will be given to you, but I'll go ahead and draw it up for you. So the Lorenz curve is looking at the inequality of our society, right? The percentage of income versus the percentage of households. And normally they'll break this up into 5 quintiles. So this would be the first quintile, be the second, this would be the third, be the fourth, and then over here would be the fifth, right? Something along those lines, 5 quintiles, just saying, okay, we're dealing with this, and then we have our percentages of incomes here. Now, perfect equality is, ooh, that was hard to draw, a corner to corner line is perfect equality because my first quintile is going to get 20% of our income, right? We can see that right here. It's getting 20% of income. And the second quintile is getting an additional 20% of the income. So they go from 20 to 40, so they get 20 as well. Our third quintile, hey, look at that. They also get 20, and on it goes. So the fourth and the fifth, right? But everybody's getting 20%. That's perfect equality. Everybody gets a portion of what we're looking for. So let me go ahead and clear this out so I can show you this again. So we're going to start here. Now, our real society does not operate at perfect equality. In fact, we have inequality that's pretty rampant. And so inequality is shown as a curve that looks something like this. When we have our 5 quintiles, so this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is number 5 over here. When I have my 5 quintiles, I see that my first quintile gets a very small portion, maybe like 4% of my income from my society. And then the second quintile gets a little bit more, maybe like 5%, right? The difference between 4 and 9. The third gets a little bit more. The fourth gets a little bit more, but the fifth gets this giant chunk right here. So the wealthiest people, the highest quintile, gets a huge advantage in our society, right? And so as economists, excuse me, as economists, let me erase some of this real quick. As economists, we do not like this. Inequality is actually a market failure, right? So we want to fix this as best as we can. And so the way that we fix it is we try to come in here and use transfer payments. So you use a progressive tax, okay? So progressive tax, where we're going to tax this top quintile right here, number 5. We're going to tax them, and then we're going to redistribute that income to the lowest quintile, right? So progressive tax taxes the rich and gives back to the poor. We use transfer payments for that redistribution. That's considered welfare and things of that nature, okay? Now, the larger this gap is, the worse the inequality. If this shape right here is really big, if we're all the way down here, we have this giant shape on our hand, and we have drastic inequality, right? But if it's really small, then inequality is not that bad. But once again, let me show it to you. If we have a normal society that's somewhere like this, our goal is to shrink this as much as we can to get it more like something like that, where there's little inequality in our society. That's the Lorenz curve. Okay, also be familiar with the coefficient. The closer one is complete inequality, and 0 is perfect equality. So closer to 0 we are, the better we are with a Gini coefficient on that one. Okay, so I hope that made some sense to you. I hope that was helpful. That's the Lorenz curve. You never have to draw it. It's always provided for you. As long as you know that this line, diagonal line, is perfect equality, and then you know the larger the shape, the more unequal it is. You know that progressive taxes are how we shrink that shape or shrink that inequality to be in pretty good shape. All right, thanks.